Today we're going to talk about alligation. Alligation is a math process commonly used in pharmacy when you're trying to get a specific concentration by using two different concentrations. Let's take a look at this problem. A script calls for 25 grams of a certain cream at 15%. However, your pharmacy has 5% and 20% formulations. How much of the 20% will you use to make this order? As we look, the first thing is talking about is what we're looking for, which is the 25 grams of the 15% cream. Now in stock we have the 5% and the 20% formulations, and it wants to know how much of the 20% will you use to complete this order. So those are the main important things you need to look at these problems, because you have to have at least two of these concentrations. Sometimes they'll give you the percent, sometimes it'll be in a ratio formulation, or sometimes it will be a sterile solution, which is considered zero, or a dilute. Now to set the problem up here, we have our 20% here that was given to us, we have in stock, also along with the 5% given in stock. Now we're looking for 15%, so we put the 15% inside the middle of this tic-tac-toe diagram. Always have the higher percentage of concentration on top, and then we subtract the numbers crosswise. So we get 10 parts and 5 parts. After completing the part, the math, we add the 10 parts and the 5 parts to get a total of 15 parts. And if we go back to the problem, it said it was in 25 grams. So now we like to find out how much of the 20%, which is 10 parts, how much grams we need to complete our order. So what we would do is we'll set it up as a ratio like this. Now we want to multiply the 25 grams times the 10 parts, and then we want to divide that by the 15 parts. So this gives us a 16.6, which is our grams for our 20% here. But if the problem asks how much of the 5% we needed, what we would do then is we would subtract the total, which is 25 grams, from the 16.6%, and we will find the 8.3 grams is for the 5% concentration.